Hey kids, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now today, excuse me, I'm just checking out the lighting at the moment. It's a bit rumpty. I might need to shut the door. I digress. Um, Today we're getting stuck into the decaling on the Batmobile. Now we've got a bit of a start on it. I do need to get a bowl of water, and at that stage, depending on how the lighting rolls on the desk, I may close the door. That's a whole other story. We shall not worry about this detail yet. No, we shall not. All right. Now that I've pretty much given the specs on what's going to happen, we shall, first things first, oh yeah, nothing happens with that caffeine, I tell you. Now, I'll bring the camera around. Let's have a look how this lighting rolls here. Oh, it's okay on the desk. I think it's just when it's the door open behind me. Now, getting to the point now. Excuse me a moment. Now, something I would like to check before I get the water going is this decal here needs a bit more decal soften, and in time a bit more decal setter. First, very gently. See if we can. It's not quite flat, you see. It's the decals that are provided are very good. They're very strong. Um, in this instance, possibly a little too strong, because there's one that needs to go in the middle. Is the point here? Almost. Maybe if we get one at a time. Anyway, we do have other decals to put on this one. I just want to get a start on that. We'll attend to it variously as we go along with stuff here. Now, I'll give you a quick zoom in. And we're talking about that decal there, which if you look from the side, you can see is actually it's flat, but that's the problem. It's not sitting on the actual piece nicely. So this is where our decal soften will come into play, hopefully. Now, next thing I wish to do, actually, here's something I want to quickly do that is not related to decaling, but we're going to do it anyway. Bing. Now there's a clear part that I'm looking for. Bing. This goes into here. Bing, like that. Maybe it's nice. Let's get the parts. And I'll also want crystal clear for this. Pardon me. There we go. And there we go. And where's the other part? Now, something I might want to just have a quick look at. Yeah, where that came off the sprue is now a bit of a grey thing, so I might consider tidying that up with a bit of chrome. Now, will that sit upright on its own? It will. I'll do that. Because, well, now's as good a time as any, really, isn't it? Excuse me, what's this? That is off of the 109. I need that. Now, very quickly, so I won't need that immediately. And something else I can do is hit this with a bit of Nuln oil, because I haven't done that yet. But first, and then we'll get on to our decaling. And I'll continue doing the small stuff. Now, where did I put the chrome paint? Which means it's right in front of me. Here it is. Now, give the paint a bit of a shake. Shake, 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 ba ba da ba. Shake, 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 ba ba da. Shake my paint up. Now, we shall. Come here. Actually, I can probably get enough paint for this task from the lid itself. Good, I've got none on my hands. There's a novelty. I can have to go a very rough brush with this one because I don't need to be too precise. Now, where are the cutting marks? There. There we go. And it's just, I mean, it's probably not going to stick out that badly. But if I just left it, but, you know, there we go. That's that hidden. And well, all I've done there, I'll give you a zoom in. I need to move the camera anyway. And bring up closer. Yeah, you can see where I've painted it, but it looks better than what would have been just naked sprue, basically. Or naked, it wasn't properly finished. This is the bottom line here. Now, when I'm putting it down, what I might do, just for my own edification, is, there we go. What's this? Aha! Aha, kids. Oh, yeah. This is a part I thought I'd lost. Aha! We will put that somewhere secure. Where is my blue box of bits? Boom! That's a bit good. It's very chipper making, that is. No, it's not. For a moment I thought I saw something else, but never mind. Anyway, now, moving right along, we shall bing. Right, good. Kept my hands clean. There again. There's a novelty. Next, I'm going to hit that decal again with a bit more soften. Then we're going to hit that with a bit of null. Then we're going to start decaling. Yes, we are. I think my first protocol is going to be to complete the dash beyond that decal that would go in the middle there. Let's see if we can get at least one side to stick down, shall we? I'm hoping that if one side... No. Still, got to commend them on the strength of their decals. Alright. Anyway, now, I should clean this brush. I just want to move that actually. That's not a good spot for it. That's better. Now, now we shall. Let me just finish cleaning this. And there we go. Now, here we go. Null oil. Where have I put that? I think I put that over here. Yes, I did. And we shall bring this one and this one. The two culprits for this one. And we're just gonna wipe that off a bit. And then there we go. Let's correct that a bit. There we go. Just get the excess off. I actually need two. That's better. Now look at this job. For some reason, that is not absorbing the liquid well. That's okay. This one should do it for us. That's better. What I'm trying to do, yeah. There we go. Now it's done its job. Highlighting those ridges really nicely for us. Boom. So we'll pop that over here. Is there any other colour I want to do on this? No, we're good. Zoom out a bit further. Rinse all of these. Put Nuln Oil away. Next. Well, not next yet, but might need to start cracking out my other. Ages ago I bought some shit brushes for those occasions when you need something that's like a paintbrush, but you don't want to, but it's something that's going to hammer it, so you don't want to use a good one. Now, somewhere I have a second lot of crap brushes. Some of the crap brushes are so crap I just wouldn't even think of using them. I'll even show you because I've got some here. Look at that. What kind of nonsense is that, eh? That's a bloody. What is this? What is this? Some sort of display? No, we don't need that. Next. It was Declan time. Yes, it was. So just having a quick, I might move the camera back a wee bit. There we go. There we go. So we need 8, 10, 11, and 13. Pretty straightforward. If you wonder what I'm about, I'm looking at these decals and I was wondering how certain things happened, but I see how, in fact I can even show you. They've actually, that's rather good of them. 43 goes there, then there's 38, which is, I wondered how that, well, I thought there might have been one decal, but it's not. 38. There we go. Oh, that's pretty straightforward, I'd say. At least it looks to be. Anyway, that's what it is. I'm seeing how it rolls out now. What's 33? I wonder. Oh, of course. Oh, that's a good. Yep, easy enough. Well, conceivably, I'll show you. Boom. All right. I see how these roll. Hang on. 31 would. Yep. I'm just looking at things, working out how this rolls out, and I'm starting to see it. These are all the wheel arches. Okay, that's the. Okay. I'm getting it. Now, this is where I would say my jig may well come into its own. Some of this is going to be quite tricksy. I don't know. We'll see. I have speculated about painting them. In worst case scenario, I guess that's still an option. As to whether I do it's a whole other thing. Anyway, now that we've gotten that all assessed, and that I've decided I want to do this first anyway, let's just position that there. Get these files out of the way. In fact, we may as well just put them away. We're not going to need files for decaling now, are we? At least you probably hope not. Get you there, I ask you. And actually, while I'm here, something else I've seen that I can do and will do for that matter. Once I spot, there it is. Actually, I wouldn't mind hitting that with a bit of decal soften. Because it's got a pretty strong backing. And that's not a disaster by any stretch, but it's a little more visible than I might like. I just realised, and it's kind of amusing, that's actually at the wrong angle. I'm not going to bother moving it. It should be up and across rather than flat and even. I just instinctively put it flat and even, and now I've seen the backings actually like this. Never mind. It's not a disaster. It's kind of funny seeing in the right light. Now, the question I have, however, yeah, I can actually put that and still glue that into position and still apply decal soften. While I'm here, we all know what's going to happen, kids. Just going to keep applying this for quite a while until I try and roll it down again. And in the meantime, I'm just going to glue this into its final position. So we've got the we'll have the wheel bay ready to rock and or roll. Now I'll just make sure I get this the right angle. Once I get it in position, I will zoom you in. Yep. Sorry about the. Yeah, so it goes. That's probably from a visual angle probably best because you'll see it right here. The decal, that is. Glue. Bang. There we go. Probably got a bit too heavy-handed with the glue there. Never mind. There you go. No, it's got to be that way, doesn't it? Where did you go in, damn you? You did yesterday. Where's that hole? Oh, yeah, there we go. Right. Where is it? Typically these parts just click so nicely on this kit. I'll come now, really? Okay, hang on. Let's be quick about this and we'll be good. Then I'll get onto the decaling. Right. Now. Nope. There we go. Oh, no we don't. You idiot. Now, can we? Why is that not going all the way in? It needs to sit a bit more that way too. I mean, it's in there. It's not all the way to the bottom. For some reason. There we go. I might just get a bit frustrated about that. Alright, let's bore it out further. That's all there is for it. Glad this area on the bottom won't be visible. Right. Now, is there anything on here that's an issue, potentially? In fact, we're going to cover that base straight away. Hang on. What about on here? Again, this is not a bit pissy that I put glue there, but that's not going to matter in the final analysis because this part's not going to be visible. All I'm doing is eliminating things that might be preventing this going in nice and evenly. It should do, I would suggest. And at that point, still not. Why not? Okay, I can confirm that the hole is correct. Well, the hole's fine, there's no issue there. Oh no, it just looks like it does actually just drop off. So we need to just make sure that that's even like that, I guess. I don't want it leaning back, surely. I'll show you what my issue is here. If you notice, hang on. Right, now, that's not sitting as it should. That is my concern. Zoom out. That's what I'm trying to address, because that's not how it should sit, obviously. Now, what is the issue here? Maybe I mean, it wouldn't be that way. Because then it's coming out, you see, it's the issue there. Although, I've got to say, it clicked in much more nicely. Actually, now that I look at it, either way, it's going to be, if I go that way, it still sticks out. Right, now we're getting a bit of clarity on this. At least it'll fit nicely. Probably overthinking this. Okay, so now, right. Okay, yes, I was putting it in the wrong way round. Nice one, big boy. Does that sit? Yeah, okay. Okay. Fortunately, it's not going to, all that work's not going to create any bad. Well, it's actually sitting quite nicely already. Possibly because there was already glue in there. Am I prepared to leave it at that? Answer, yes. At which point, boom. This is the start of our engine bay. Oh, hey, John, how are you doing? Now, I've been doing a few things today. As you might have just seen, the finishing the engine bay. Just tidying up a few bits and bobs, and now I'm going to get stuck into some deckling. How you doing? Bassman will probably be on a bit later. He's obviously not around at the moment. Excuse me a moment there. My headset has a very frustratingly short charge thing going on. It's supposed to go for however many hours, and it just doesn't. And I've taken them and changed them over a few times. I've just given up. I'm just not going to buy this brand again. But in the short term, until such time as I choose to. Now, here's something else we can do before we get stuck into decaling, just to get a start on things. And that is to put part 64 onto the backboard here. Because then once that dries, we can complete the engine bay. What happens is that then we'll go click into the mainframe sometime tomorrow, theoretically. Anyway. Ah, it's a very nice reason for you to watch. Yeah, look, do it, man. What do you want to build? What do you like to build? More's the point. If you like, here's an idea. Don't know if you've got a webcam or anything, but in sometime in about the next, well, probably actually very soon, Bassman and I are building a Corsair. Both of us are building a Corsair F4U. If you'd like to join in, there you go. You don't have to do it on camera if you would like to. That's great. File the edges there to tidy up the. Ah, yeah, I can see how that might happen. Now, next part I am looking for is part 64, I believe. Where have I put part 64 as the next salient point? Almost the point where is, I think it's on the table. If not, it'll be in one of the boxes, which is immediately adjacent to my good self. Give me a moment. Okay, it's in one of the boxes. Dee-dee. And here we have it. Now, because of its position, I will probably go crystal clear on this one. Let's just check the angle it goes in. So this goes in like that. Oh, jolly good. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Or. All right, sprue cutters. Always find these really tiny pieces a wee bit rumpty. I'm sure I'm not alone in this. Excuse me, I've got an itchy ear. That just goes into there, like so. That's a bit convenient. Well, not convenient, but easy. Well, you see, this is the thing about this kit, and why I should have known sooner that the way I was going about the battery was incorrect. It's one of those things that everything on this kit has thus far gone together really nicely, and as such, it's always a bit of a giveaway when it doesn't happen. You start going, yes, what am I doing wrong? And that's actually kind of nice. Now, I was supposed to get straight into the decaling, and I've been a little bit distracted for about half an hour, but that's okay. I've been doing useful things and putting things together. There we go. It's probably a whole lot more than I need. Get that right down. All right. Little spot here. Don't need to get too heavy with it. That should do it, I would think. What did I do as well? All right. It's a really sunny day here in Adelaide. I'm looking forward to it. Aside from having a music thing today, I'm planning on at various points, getting a whole stack of washing done. Because this is one of the joys of Australia. You can wash and might well be dry in about half an hour. Right, this is the complete backboard for the oh, sorry, I didn't. Ninja bike. Tariffs. Fucking yes, everybody's favorite subject. Well, you know what I'm saying. Fucking yeah, I have thoughts, mate. I'm sure you do too. So that's the completed backboard of the engine bay, and seriously, I just had a thought, mate. Zooming out. Oh, of course, it does definitely have to go that way. And This then goes. Oh. I might just need. Oh, don't even need to do that. This doesn't even need gluing. It's fantastic. Ha ha! Boom. Here is our completed engine bay. Cool. Oh, hey, you guy, how you doing? Yeah. In Canada, I'm sure you got some very strong thoughts about the orange buffoon. Yes, I'm not a fan. I'm in Australia, as I have reason to believe my voice shows. But yeah, we'll leave that discussion there. I'll try to keep politics off the channel, I'm sure you understand that. All right. Anyway, there we go. Happy about that one. Now, so we'll pop that over to there. Now I'll get onto this decaling. But first, more decal soften on this. It's being a bit tricksy, it is. Not flat yet. Never mind. All in good time. All in good time. Now, the only thing I need to consider is that these ones need to go, or one of those needs to go into the middle there. So I want that fully settled before I put that in. That's the only thing. Now, I'll get these out of the way. I will need these and these. Is there any decals to go onto these parts? No. At least I don't think so. Not on them. Yes on that one, though. Not on these. All right, so we can get them out of the way. All right. Now, I'm just going to take my yes, it is indeed. In fact, at the moment, just very quickly, John, I'm inclined to think that increasingly this is a globally, it's a multi-ring circus, a whole stack of rings of arseholes. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting messy. Um, there we have it, and that will be enough discussion on that matter. Otherwise, I'll get grumpy. I will. Now, yeah, excuse me while I go get the bowl of water, and then we'll get stuck into this. And yeah, back in a minute. Yeah, should be done fairly soon with this. The deckling's one of the more last things to be done. Once this is all done, because it's pretty much all painted, it's just as fun. It's just putting it all together. Now we're going to start with number 8. Where did I put my scalpel? I haven't got my scalpels out yet. How's that right? It's getting better. Here we go. Decolate. Something I'd have to commend these guys for is A, plenty of space on the decal sheet. B, they give you plenty of spares. And that's no bullshit. That you have spares. I think that's great. Wish more manufacturers would do that. Now, I'm just doing that because it's going to make it a whole lot easier. Now, decolate is this one. And goes. Oops, where's the. Right there. Now, happily, another good feature of these decals is they take bugger all time to be soaked. They work really quickly. I'm very pleased with this. Makes life much easier. Oh, hey, Bassman, how you doing? Give me a moment. There you go.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Hi, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Great.
I've only just started the deckling today, but here we go, got the engine bay finished. Boom.
Boom. Look at there.
And I didn't even have to glue the backboard. It just
Really?
fixed right on in and boom. Didn't even bother. No, in fact, I was trying it out, and as I did, I think it would have been harder to remove it than to just leave it. And you got to love that shit.
I think I had to glue mine in, Rob.
No, mine's snug as a bug.
Yeah, I had to glue mine in.
Yeah, right. Scrape this one.
Dang.
Can't be unhappy about that.
It'll put a smile on your face, won't it?
I think it could. Yeah, it does. I think it could be as simple as um, because I've painted it. Maybe it's a bit thicker than it might otherwise be if you follow me.
Could very well be.
Now this, I've got a slight issue here. Let's just. There we go. I had a bit too much setter there.
So you had a big day yesterday, huh, Rob?
Oh, dude, it was. It was. I actually ended up pulling up sore from the amount of walking I did.
Oh, wow.
Um, Now, part of that is a damning indictment on how unfit I actually am. But at the same time, in my defense, well, I had a hip replacement in May. Long walks were not something I've been doing for some while, you know.
Right.
But we went to Monarto, which is like an actual. It's not a zoo so much as a safari park.
Oh, yeah. I remember you talking
And
about that.
pardon? Yeah. And we got off at because you can get off at certain points and go to certain lookouts and get a better view of the animals. We got off at every single one, and in doing that, it becomes quite a lot of walking, and most of it's sort of cross country, rough terrain sort of stuff. Anyway, by the time we'd finished at Monarto, there was still plenty of time because I could only take my mate's wife because he was in a conference. He couldn't come along. So before he could come out of the conference, we still had plenty of time left. So we went to Adelaide Zoo as well. And so it did, which involved more walking. So by the end of it, we'd walked quite a remarkable distance. But the animals were very cooperative as well, I must say. They were out and about and doing their thing, which is what you want when you go to a zoo.
Yeah, I've been to one zoo in Asheville, here in North Carolina, and
Uh-huh.
it was about a 2.5 hour drive. And when we got there, all the animals were like way back up against the back of the woods, and you couldn't
That is
really.
always the thing that can happen when you go to pretty much any zoo, really.
It is.
But yeah, on this particular day, we were fortunate. Um,
Well, good.
and we got really good views of elephant, rhinos, the lions, all of them. It was great.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my!
Bison we also had a good look at. We got
Bison.
a bison. Yeah, there's a bison herd up at Monarto,
Oh wow!
and got to say they're an impressive animal, aren't they?
Oh, I can imagine.
Because like we were able to get some of them are like because you're in a bus when you go through Monarto, and some of them were like only a couple. Okay, you do Imperial, so a couple of yards, maybe 3 yards from the bus,
Oh, wow.
and they're just casually having a mung down on some grass as you would if you're a bison.
Right.
Um, and the yeah, you actually. I mean, when you're looking at what is basically 1,000 pounds of animal,
Yeah.
it was like, and yeah, again, it's one of those. Yes, that's a herbivore. Do not upset. Get one of them charging into you. You'd be having a bad day at the office.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we're building Corsairs. Next cutie guy, Corsair F4U,
Yep, yep.
and I'm hoping now today being Saturday. I should actually get back onto the finishing off the Messerschmitt Mustang as well at some stage, but I can possibly do that later today in my own time, I reckon, and do a show and tell when I've got it done.
Okay.
Because I'd kind of like to get onto the Corsair.
Well, you've got the Mustang car to finish up as well, too, right?
Yeah, but I can do that in due course. As
Oh,
far
absolutely.
as what we can, there's a whole stack of ways we can go about it. Once we finish the course here, I might. There's a good way of doing it. Once we finish the course here and before we start the ships, I'll just knock off those kits while you're doing some other car stuff.
Okay.
I think that could be a good way to approach it. Now, where's this one go to precisely? Right there. Now, I might want to just see if I can get that a little higher on the angle. Or I might do them in my own time, I don't know. But the Mustang, yeah, there's a bit to do on that. I'm looking forward to finishing that one too, actually.
Oh, I'm sure. So, where you stand at with your tank?
Oh, lots to do on that. There's something if you wanted to get, because I'm pretty much only really at the beginning of that. In a lot of ways. I'm trying to get this in one shot because I think having to go across the ridges will be a pain in the ass. Get off of there. There we go. Oh, go you, Robster. Just give it a slight nudge across.
Yeah, my wife had to work late, so we had a little bit of a late supper tonight. That's why I was a little bit late getting home.
That's all. Yeah, working late's always a bit of a thing. There we go. I tell you, I've said it a few times. These really are some of the best, possibly the best decals I've worked with. I reckon
They are nice.
they're strong. They're easy to work with. You don't have to over soak them. I love that fact all of its own. I really do.
Yeah, that makes them really nice. And they're tough.
Yes, the mere fact that indeed the fact that I'm having to put a fair bit of decal softener on this one to get it to do the full cling because it's quite sturdy and saying bang. It's not moving, And after the horrors of the Hasagawa decals, yeah, much happier about these. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, across there, across there.
So you're pretty much decaled and assembling completely, right?
Yeah, once the decals are on, I've still got to finish the engine, but at that point, it's just click, click, click. Is the plan? And let's face it, with this kit, it is very much click, click, click. It's just they make it real easy. Like I said yesterday, or not yesterday, on Thursday, I just wish they produced more kits with greater, had a greater variety because I'd be buying them.
Absolutely.
Now, this one goes there. Right.
So when your time changes back, what
Tomorrow.
time? Tomorrow,
Tomorrow. When does yours change?
November 2nd.
Oh, so that's a while away. So
Yeah.
yeah. Now here's a question. If basically if I started what is effectively the same time, like keep it at 7 a.m. my time, of course that's going to make it an hour earlier for you. Is that going to
Yeah,
be
we
okay?
can only get on at 5:30. It'll be 4:30 my time.
Yeah, is that an all right sort of a time?
I think it'll be fine. Yeah.
All righty. Because then when your time change kicks in, which is going to warp things even further, then it's not a biggie. I can just that's an, if I just drop back an hour earlier, then it still keeps it the same sort of a time frame for everyone.
Okay, that'd be great.
Because at the end of the day, it's not that far. I'll probably continue to get up at what is effectively the same time because that's just what I do. So it doesn't really affect me unduly, if you follow me. So yeah, now we
I might need to do a little bit more research, but I think they're talking about getting rid of daylight saving time here.
really, very
I'm
sensible.
I've heard some talk about it on the interweb. I need to do some more research to make sure that's right, though. But I think they're talking about doing away with it.
Very sensible. I don't look. My take on it is that yeah, I mean, time is entirely a human construct,
Yep.
and just pick which set of hours you want and keep it there. It's not that hard.
Nope. Very simple.
Now, yeah, you'd think. One more there, and the dash is almost done. Notwithstanding the one that needs to go in the middle there, but I want to get more decal soften on this first. Um, just because. I think it's probably quite a stable decal to put one on, but you know.
Yep. Yep. Mm.
Now we are looking for decal decal 13. Boom.
So your friend you saw yesterday, are they just down visiting or they live near
Yeah,
you now?
yeah. They're shit. I just got this in some water. I'm just going to cut out where the water is so that it doesn't affect the other deck. Get to the decals. Yeah, they were in town for a conference, or
Okay.
my mate was the guy who used to be the rugby captain. Um, and his wife had come with him. I think they're heading to New Zealand. That's where they're actually from.
Oh, okay.
After, but yeah, it's good to catch up.
Oh, yeah.
He, this will tell you a bit about definitely a different era because this wouldn't be allowed these days for a whole stack of reasons. I used to play better when I was angry. Apparently, and I got this from actually a guy who was one of our coaches. And indeed, I'll give you the exact quote because it is hilarious. Suitably angered, you are capable of some of those brutal acts of violence I've ever seen on a rugby field. And yeah, I once I was onto this, Wayne even said, "Look, mate, if you want, I'll slap you around a bit before the game."
uh,
And I if I felt that I wasn't quite ready to tear people limb from limb, I'd stroll up to him before a game and go, "Wayne, hit me." And he'd look at me scornfully, give me this big open hander.
shit.
And if that didn't set me, I'd be going again. And until I was starting to look, just I'd start dropping my shoulder on him. He'd go, "Yeah, yeah, now you're ready."
Wow.
And you can say these days that wouldn't happen.
Oh, no,
Because
absolutely not.
funny shit. Oh, that was a bit sweet. One go. Wow. And I would go go so far as to suggest that was in no small part facilitated by the decal. I am well happy.
Yeah, you'll be very pleased. You'll be very pleased when you get to do the ones for the car, the body.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they work really
Now,
nice.
so there we go.
Oh, yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, starting to come together quite nicely there. Happy with that.
Yep.
Now, next, it's hang on now. Oh, hey John, how you doing? Oh, nice one. What you working on, John? Now let's do the crime computer. Nah. Now I might want to put that. Why have I got this big chunk of sprue just hanging there? These are the mysteries of life, you know. Let's get this out of the way. So don't really. Well, didn't want to take all of that. Never mind. In that case, what I may as well do. And a couple of other little bits and bobs here. Oops. Just very quickly, I'm not going to go the full enamel on that one. I'll just hit that with a bit of acrylic white later on. I'm not too bothered about that little spot there because I can tell you exactly who's going to see that. No one. That's who.
Absolutely nobody. But you. You'll know it's there.
Exactly. Oh, hey, Big Racer, how you doing? Now, what I'm going to do, however, in the short term, just for ease of purpose, as opposed to what happens in the ocean, ease of porpoise.
Porpoise? Porpoise?
Yep. Now, I might put that at a slight angle. Yeah, that'll work for us. Oh, itchy back. Now, it's right about now that I need back scratcher, back scratcher. There's the ticket.
Yeah, those little miniature rakes are really nice.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's the stuff. The only problem with the back scratcher is as soon as you start finding all these other itchy spots and you start going, oh, yeah. Ah, Big Racers built a Warhammer tank.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
But that's pretty nice.
I've never done much Warhammer stuff, but some of it looks pretty cool. Now, none of these are immediately required. So our next objectives. Boom. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. So, yeah, all pretty obvious stuff. Right, let's do this then.
Total concentration.
Pardon?
Total concentration. You're going to need it for those.
No, they're pretty easy. And what's more, I don't even need to identify which is which. I think anybody with even a frontal lobotomy could work that out. Actually, that's a bold assumption. I think I fall into the category of people who credit the average person with far too much intellect. I would benefit from. You remember George Carlin?
Carlin. Oh, shoot.
He played Rufus in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
George Carlin. He's a comedian, right?
yeah. He came up with the following observation. Just think how stupid the average person is. And then bear in mind 50% are more stupid than that. And I fear I haven't fully grasped the reality of that observation. uh,
Yeah, I've worked with some real humdingers in the past.
oh, yeah. Actually, the biggest one, oh, here's a corker for you. And this is just, in fact, everyone I've mentioned this one, told this one to, has gone, seriously now? And I was talking to this chick who I used to work with, and yes, she was. One wondered how closely related her parents were when it came to her intellect. And at one stage, I'd said to her, well, shortly after World War II, she's there, what? and their World War II. She was unaware of it. And
Yeah.
didn't know how to explain to her that it was a small fracas that had cost 60 million people their lives. Yeah, she was. At first, I thought she was having me on. Nope. I believe the line is, "You're a special kind of stupid, ain't you?"
Yeah, make you wonder how some of them can even get up in the mornings and get dressed.
Well, as we were discussing the other day, what's the line that got thrown at Gerald Ford? I'm surprised you can breathe and chew gum at the same time.
Yep.
It's
Crazy.
a bit of a harsh line, but it's a bit of a rip snorter though. Good payout. Actually, there was a Polly over here. He was our prime minister at one stage. You may or may not have heard of him. Probably not. Ever heard of a guy named Paul Keating?
Nah. No.
Okay. I think he was a fucking prick, but as far as it goes, one thing I will give the man, when it came to parliamentary debate and shredding your opponents, he was a master. He really was. I put the wrong bloody substance on there. I need to put setter, not soften. Dear, oh dear, Rob, what are you doing, boy? His opponent in the parliament at the time, because he was the prime minister, and leading the opposition was a guy named John Hewson. And yeah, he just played him like a violin. It was almost cruel. Lines like, "Look, you're no leader. I can get rid of you anytime I want." Response: "Yeah, then why don't you?" "Because I want to do you slow." Suggesting that Hewson when Hewson first got put into the position of being the leader of the opposition, suggesting it would be like being flayed with a warm lettuce leaf. Yeah.
Wow.
He wound Hewson up because Hewson came from a very cashed up background and owned a Ferrari. And Keating mercilessly used this as a sign that clearly you're out of touch with the common man. And he'd done it often enough that Hewson couldn't help himself one day. Has actually burst out with, "Stop making so much out of the fact I own a Ferrari." And you think, dude, you've just lost.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, tidy work. Is it sitting? Yeah, it looks good enough. And that's the other thing I'd have to give Keating. It wasn't abuse. It was just sheer cuntiness. All right. Very shortly, we'll have the crime computer going. Winning. Then I'll do the seats. Then I'll
Then
be
you'll do
almost.
what?
Oh, then the fire extinguisher. Or am I going to start on the fire extinguisher, do the seats, come back to the fire extinguisher? This is the way I think that'll roll. And then we're almost onto the big stuff, which is rather good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to time changing back. I don't like it getting dark at 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Look, I actually prefer that myself, but what I find ludicrous is that, well, okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. Or if you don't want to do that, as when I say, if you want to, I'm talking about as far as the decision makers who control this sort of caper. If they want to do it, good on them. But set one and leave it there. It's a
Yeah.
pain in the ass. If the only reason daylight savings is ever really used is because they think more people are going to spend more money because of the longer daylight.
Well, actually, I saw a couple of days ago they'd done some studies saying that daylight savings time causes more heart attacks,
Really?
financial burden, obesity, because it stays lighter longer. So people are eating more, they're spending more money, they're going out, doing more things that normally wouldn't do when it gets dark earlier.
That's interesting.
I think it's something like 300,000 more people had strokes and heart attacks because of it.
Well, as far as in that sort of time frame.
Yeah. And me and my wife were like, how do you come up with studies like that? How do you study that?
But tell you something I do find curious about on various studies that is a good question. But here's another one. Some of the topics of studies that people come up with is just like I can't, to be honest, I can't think of a really good example offhand. But it's just like, you studied what now? Um,
Crazy.
like I'm surprised there isn't topics like, or studies been done on the masturbation techniques of ancient Sumeria. You know,
Yeah.
archaeological evidence shows that the average stroker was far more rapid in ancient times. Now,
Oh, I also seen something on my Google Reel that they think they found a new Earhart's airplane.
oh, saw that a while ago. Yeah, yeah. It's for an island in the Pacific, isn't it?
Well, there was a man that a couple of years ago spent like $1 million and actually was a rock formation. But there's these people now that's just come about that think they've actually found it off an island. I can't
Yeah,
think of
yeah.
what the island is.
It's yeah. I did see that. That was interesting. I saw a thing on Family Guy where it's got Lindbergh trying to toilet train his kid, and it's still a baby, and the wife saying, "Don't you think he's a bit young?" He said, "Look, I'm a national treasure. I know what I'm doing." Kid falls down the toilet, and he said, "Look, we'll just write out a letter and pretend it's a kidnapping." And then they flash. There's Amelia Earhart. He said, "What about Amelia? She saw everything. You leave her to me."
Damn.
Yeah. Up a little lower there, big boy. Is that straight? Not quite. Rob. There we go. So there is the crime
Yeah, looks
computer.
nice. Yep, that kind of looks just.
So there we go. It's all coming together. Next. Boom.
It's identical to mine.
Yes. Ah. This is what it's going to look like in the final analysis, kids. Give us a moment. Delete and bing. There we go.
All right, B. I got me a robin in there.
Oh, nice one. That's cool.
I actually had a 124 scale model diecast car that I
Ah,
found today, and it had a Batman and Robin. So here's the
nice one.
there's the Batman. I actually had
Oh,
him one.
yeah. I was going to say, now you know what that is, don't you? Pure West.
I was pretty excited about that, finding that.
Oh, I bet that's so cool. Nice one. It makes
Yep.
me actually want to see if there's any on eBay.
Oh, certainly. I'm sure there is.
In fact, I know what the correct response to that suggestion is. Robin.
Robin.
You know, oh, there's a good little idea. I might highlight my. I like what you've done with the chassis there. That's good.
Yeah, those, I don't know what those are, but I figured highlighting them red would really make them stand out.
I might do that. I've still got time to do that. By golly, by gosh, by crikey.
So, what's your input on the mufflers there? Did they kind of stick out like a dick in a pickle jar? Or did they look okay?
No, yeah, I like them. I've kept mine sort of like fairly standard at the moment. Um, like so.
Yeah, I like the color you put on yours.
It's interesting how you've got our different takes on things are, if you know what I'm saying. I like the fact that you've got a different look. I like your colouring. I bet you can't see what I've done with mine. Hang on. Here we go. Here's. I haven't done those red yet, but having seen how they look for you, I reckon I will be.
Yeah, I like the way your colors turned out on yours, on your chassis and your leaf springs and your exhaust.
Yeah, it's interesting how. Yeah, I mean, I like the way yours has come out, and I guess it's just because we're looking at each other's work going, and that is the joy now, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, learn from each other.
Yeah, totally. I think it's a cool thing. Anyway, getting back into some more deckling here. Now, so let's have a look at how this. Now I've had there's some moisture on here that I should probably get away from, get clear. I think I've got rid of that. Jolly good. Next, fire extinguisher. Okay. Oh, that's gonna help. Actually, I reckon I can get all three of those done in one go. Because ultimately there's a barrier there that'll die to keep those two separate, and then there's that one separate again. So it's not rocket science. Or is it?
Yeah, I'll get ready to say, or it could be.
Well, that's right. Just because I don't think it's rocket science, maybe I'm wrong. Now, what I'm going to do I almost had a and when I said what I'm going to do, I almost fell into the Chili Peppers. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in you.
Ah,
Uh, Now, I'll just get a bit of an angle on this, just to sort of help facilitate. Uh, dope. Maybe. So I wondered about that. That's probably where I want it, sort of an angle there. All right. There you go. Maybe. There we are. So, the bottom one, 14. Ah, so they're on this piece then.
you know, I love a good challenge on models, but sometimes it makes you want the damn screen.
Yeah, look, there's a challenge, and then there's being fucked around. And I think we can. I mean, it's. I've just realised these little bat symbols that go. So there's the bat fire extinguisher, golden.
Man,
Um, yeah, I think we can both agree that example of what I'm talking about with not liking to be fucked around was the filing saga of the Armour Hobbies P51B. That was bullshit. And
mm,
then there was the issues of the decals with the P50 with the Hasegawa. And I was actually kind of disappointed on both fronts because prior to that, they had some really good bits to them. And then it's just like, come on now, guys. You're dudding yourself out here.
absolutely.
You've done all this good work and then you fail at this point. What do you do? What do you do? Now, now. Psych.
Well, normally with a model, when you take it out, when you open the box up, because normally the car is right there on top. If the car is
Yep.
made out of heavy duty plastic, normally that means it's going to be a damn good model.
Yeah, strong parts do encourage confidence, don't they? Yeah, it's. I'll tell you one thing that a horror story I once encountered on an RS models. Now I don't know if they're better now, but this experience had me never touching the one again. And it was they had some pretty heavy. I believe the term is flush. As far as bits of sprue hanging off the part,
Yeah.
and I dealt with most of that, but they had this big chunks on the actual wing, and they were actually coming up vertically off the part. And I've gone to, they were so big that I could actually, before I even started filing them, cut them with a sprue cutter. And as I did, they actually took a big chunk out of the wing.
Damn.
And it's right about then I thought, no, this I ain't doing. Because again, that's not what you put your hand up for.
Nope.
Maybe a little high with that, but I almost sent you I was on YouTube and I on my feed came this clip of Batman from the movie,
Oh yeah.
and he has to use the bat shark repellent.
Fat shark repellent.
Yeah, and what happens is they're going on, obviously, what's the villain's boat or whatever, and I can't remember. I have seen the movie once, parts of anyway. But at one stage, this shark latches onto Batman's leg. Now, the spectacular part about this is, despite the shark being on his leg, there's no blood to be seen. Um, an impressive feat at best, but we'll leave that there. Clearly, the bat suit has other properties, but he gets Robin to pass down the bat shark repellent, which he then utilizes, and the shark, lets go. But it's just like, yeah, more cheese than you can poke a stick at. Fantastic.
Damn.
So which one's the 16 goes there? Okay. Okay. Well, we'll do 15 next. Now, after this, ooh, you start getting into the big ones.
The big ones. That's what she said.
Well, yes. Well, it could also be another one of those. You start getting into the big ones, and is this choir boy to bishop or bishop to choir boy? That remains to be seen. Um, all righty. All right.
You having much success?
With this, oh yeah, I'm. The extinguisher will be done directly. Having a good time with this. Here we go. Oh. Oops, a daisy. Now, down you come. Oh, get off of there. Now it's being a bit cunty. Yeah, lower. Yeah, stop that knees bent advancing behavior. I might use this one for this. Oh, you cunt. Aha. Get off of my brush, bitch. Stop that. I ask you, where is the love?
There is none.
Damn right. I see what you're saying about this being a bit fiddly. You know what? Gotcha. Can't believe I was able to use my finger. Pull my finger.
Nah.
Oh, now it's really, people. What are you doing to me? Come here then. Come on. Come on.
That's actually one thing I can still visually see is my dad when I was about 8 years old. Pull my finger. Pull my finger.
Yeah, it's an old classic if ever there was.
Yep.
Oh, get off of there, damn you. That way. Just trying to notice it's a bit more nicely into position. And out you come. Right. The bat thing for the fire extinguisher. Come here, you. Off you come. Come on now. Don't give me that. I ask you. And on you go. Stop that. It's silly. Now it's annoying me. Up we come. Come on now. Hey yo. Hey yo.
Hoi.
Oh, you. Up you come. Come on. Come on. Maybe I need a bit more water on the subject matter here. And now, for fuck's sake, just stay on, damn you. Toothpick. Right. Now, we're going to move that. At least even the fiddly ones can be moved with a toothpick.
Yes.
That's some impressively sturdy shit. Right. After all of that, at last in position. Jolly good. They both are going to need a lot of decal thinner, though.
That one trying to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, never mind. But at least it's getting there now. Now, before I put the last one of those on, we'll do the chairs. Hang on, where are they? there they are. Yeah. Now, one we'll put the Batman one on, the other the Robin. I think I told you there was a John Holmes movie, Dick Mannon's Robin.
John Holmes.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a movie that was in my mate's collection, so I managed to get a viewing. And yes, as you can imagine, rather than well, Robin, it's well, Thrubben. And yes, they would go about dealing with the crimes of sexually uptight women and addressing that accordingly.
I think it was like 1,800 women he was supposed to have been with.
Ah, well, here's a great line for you from Ron Jeremy on this sort of a subject. So I read an interview that he had, and he claims to have slept with 3,500 women. Now, by coincidence, so does Gene Simmons, and they're good friends apparently. And when asked about it, both you and Gene Simmons claim to have slept with 3,500 women. Is
I
this
got one
true?
even better for you than that when you get done.
And he said, well, I can't speak for Gene, obviously. I can only speak for myself. But yes, it is true. But here's an inherent difference. When women sleep with Gene Simmons, they're sleeping with Gene Simmons. When a beautiful woman sleeps with me, she's being paid to sleep with me. When I pick up a woman off set, she looks like Gene Simmons. And I thought, that's pretty much keeping it real, because
Pretty much.
he knows he's an ugly man, a very ugly man. Let's not be shy. And indeed, that's why a lot of guys think he's a ledge, because he gives them some hope that maybe one day they too could be seen sleeping with a beautiful woman. But
Well,
yeah, okay, hit us with your amusing one.
so Charlie Sheen, you know who he is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, my son saw this thing today where Charlie Sheen has supposedly been with 47,000 women.
How?
That's because he said he started being sexually active when he was like 14 and a half years old, 13 years old. I'm sorry, 13. And that puts him having 2.7 women a day, every day.
Yeah, this
And
is
he's actually
why
got HIV right now.
I'd be questioning the plausibilities of this, just on raw numbers. Although one thing I would say, I mean, okay, he was quite happy to employ services. This is well known. So you'd certainly have the capacity to go, well, why would I go merely one at a time?
True.
I found actually, there's something I've got to say. I found it curious that you remember the whole Heidi Fleiss scandal?
The Heidi what scandal?
Heidi Fleiss.
Heidi Fleiss. No, I do not. I'm not aware
She
of
was a
that.
Hollywood madam. And I can't remember why or how she got pinged, but basically she plied working girls to some very big names, apparently. But the only one who actually got pinged was Charlie Sheen. His
Oh,
was the
really?
only name that came out in public. And he was actually asked once, and again, why he took the bullet or copped it, I don't know, but he's the only name that became public. And when he was asked, well, why would you pay for a prostitute when you could walk into a bar and pretty much any woman would be happy to? And he said, because I pay my money and I know she'll go home. And I got to say, that's not an entirely unfair postulation for the man to hold if you're in his sort of a position.
True. Huh. Well, every sitcom that Charlie Sheen has made, he's always been a ladies' man.
Oh, yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I'm surprised the man's not been had up for sexual assault. And look, if the whole Epstein file thing comes out, who knows whose names will be in there, and I'll be unsurprised if he did.
I know, right?
But yeah, I saw one picture though of James Brown with Epstein. I thought, no. But again, there'd be so many big names who would have been.
Yeah.
Let's not be shy now. And
Yeah.
to be fair, it's not a new phenomenon amongst the rich and famous, sadly. Look at, what was it, Bill Wyman? Hooked up with some chick who was ridiculously young. I think, who else? Steve Tyler, I think, was another one. There's a few really quite famous instances of people who hooking up with like teenagers, and when they're like 40, you think, Jesus, manners. Do you have any?
No.
It's not just manners, it's just, what the fuck, man?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a bit.
I believe the Epstein files ever come out, people will be shocked but not shocked.
Look, I think there's one name that I'm pretty confident would be there, but I can't, well, hell, I'll come out with it because it's pure supposition. You can't tell me Bill Clinton's not in there.
Oh shit, yeah.
I mean, the man was a philanderer. Everyone knows this.
Yep.
I remember seeing this thing on Saturday Night Live, and you remember that song, "A Little Bit of Monica"?
No.
You'd know the tune because
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they'd come up. This is around the time of the Monica Lewinsky scandal.
Monica Lewinsky. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the song that they'd put together was a little bit of Monica on her knees, a little bit of Hillary who's not pleased, a little bit of Paula, and basically going through a whole stack of all the various scandals that he'd been involved in.
Yep.
Yeah. Just trying to make sure I got this straight. There we go. So there's our two seats.
Oh, nice. Yep. Robster and Bassman.
That's the one. Actually, when I was telling you about the John Holmes movie, Dick Man and Throbbing. I tell you, if I could have gotten suitable decals, that would have happened. Now, what I might do is a bit of decal soften on a few things, in fact. First, where is that dash?
You sure? You tend to exaggerate. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, getting back to the Epstein thing. I watched, just out of morbid curiosity, a clip that was the worst parts of Prince Andrew's interview with Emily Maitlis. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Messy, messy, messy. And at one stage he suggests, and this is the beautiful line, that Epstein had taken part in conduct unbecoming. And Maitlis just looks at him pointedly and says, conduct unbecoming? He was a sex offender. You think, checkmate, one move.
Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I need my toothpick again. That number's moving. These are going to be indeed, as you say, a little bit tricksy to get to settle completely. But patience is a virtue.
Is it
Do I want to get that other one on? I do. I do. Because then at least it's on. And I can start getting into just repeated layers of the decal thinner as required. Now the last one will go from this angle, I reckon. And this is decal 16. Now, and there we have him. Oop, there we go. Now, so next, alrighty. Now, what's the time? Still got a bit of time before I need to start getting my shit together for my music thing.
Oh, you got your music thing today? What else you got going on?
Well, I've got that for, that's going for 3 hours from 11 till 2. After that, I might be going fishing in the afternoon.
Okay.
Because we didn't go fishing this morning because of the music thing. And however, that doesn't rule out fishing in the afternoon, of course.
Oh no, I'll call a lot of nice fish in the afternoon.
Well, that's the thing. Sun's been on the water, warmed it up for you. The fish possibly a little more active. We'll see how that rolls out.
Yep.
So we might be going out this afternoon on the fishing. It depends on um, what my mate's up to, as
You'll be
his
friend fishing.
brother-in-law is over from Scotland at the moment. Now I'm going to get my goggles onto this one. So that's might affect a bit of what they're doing. Now, if I don't go fishing, I'll probably stay home because I want to finish off the current chapter of the book that I'm writing, and then I'll probably also do some. Would like to do some marketing research, and while I'm doing that, I'll be able to do some washing. So that would be the alternative. So one way or the other, I've got a good productive day ahead. Winning.
Sounds like it.
And now, boom.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now I'm going to hit those with a fair bit of decal thinner, not decal soften, just get them to clean nicely because I can see there, otherwise they won't. And that will make me grumpy. Yes, it will. Well, no, it won't make me grumpy, but you know. Now, that's all the small stuff. That's a bit good. Now, 42. 42 is, if I can just locate for a moment, where have I put? Is it in here perhaps? What I'm looking for. Aha. Now, 42.
So, how far along are you in your book?
With this one, because I got one completed. This one I'm about a third of the way through. Here's something for you to consider. My first book was easier to write because it was very much in this sort of a world. Fundamentally, it was a fiction. It was fiction, but it's set in this world.
Okay.
Now, because the book I'm currently writing is, well, what would be defined broadly as fantasy works, what you have there is you have to, of course, flesh a whole stack of detail out that otherwise you might not have to. And as a result, where my first book, I was done and dusted in about 103,000 words.
Wow.
In this instance, I'm about a third of the way through, and I'm at about 89,000 words.
Well, you don't mind me asking where you get the inspiration from?
I was very lucky when I was young by letting my mum my mum was a librarian, and she just let me loose in libraries.
Oh.
And as such, I would, like, she'd go to study when she was doing her batch ed and stuff, take me to the state library and things, because, like, that's if she couldn't find somebody to babysit me. And with the instructions of, just go and look at the books, Robert. Yep. This I then did. And that got me a pretty healthy imagination. This story, what I'm doing, because I used to do a lot of role playing games when it was when it was board and dice sort of thing.
Right.
And this story is based loosely on on a character that I actually played, who murdered his way to king, as you do. And that's what the story basically is.
Right.
But it's getting that done, because the thing is, I have tried getting my first book published. The inherent issue is that you got to go one publisher at a time, and if they are uninterested, and it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, I bet that part is, yeah.
And the option to that is self-publishing. Now, the issue then becomes, if you're going to self-publish, you really need 3 or 4 completed books, because that way you get multiple hits, you get more sale. Da.
I was going to ask you how exactly does that work?
Well, it's because you put them on a platform, and they might buy one book, and then you can have also by the same author, and people will go, oh, now if you do them as bundles, so buy this book, get these ones cheap, and if they're a reasonable price, people will often buy them.
Okay.
This drives sales and so forth. This one's going to be a bit tricksy, I reckon. But anyway, so that's why I'm doing this. It's going to take me about another 2 or 3 years before I'm published. But I'm okay with that.
Well, it ain't something you want to rush, no way, right?
No. And something that takes a lot of time is you can't just write once. You've got to obviously go through it, look for errors, basically do your own editing. And at some point, you should probably get an independent set of eyes on that, of course.
All right.
Now, all of that costs time, costs money, but that's just what you got to do if you want to. Because the one thing you do not want to do is go out with a substandard product. I'm sure you understand that without me even going into that. And plot holes, poor editing, shit like that will cost you. You might make a few sales, but word will get around. So yeah, okay. Here's our thingamajig for yeah, there we go. I was actually very pleased with how easily that went on, I've got to say. I was concerned that because of the different ridges it'd be hard. Nah.
Well, that turned out really nice.
Came out very easily.
It did.
Now, next. Zoom out a bit. We will go. Well, I may as well finish off that rear area. That would make sense, I guess. So that would be 33 and 34. Now let's have a look at this rear area. And how do I wish to go about that? That way, I reckon. Then that way. Boom. All right. So, 2 things are going to happen here, I reckon. First, I'm going to move that over to there. then I am going to, which one do I want to do first? It doesn't really matter. 33.
Very nice job.
Being, not that one. Aha. 30. Oh, dear, oh, dear. There's another. What a cunty little shaped decal they've done. Never mind. Actually, I might do the front first. Just because they're going, once I cut them out, it might be a bit easier to get to those freakily curved ones. Oh, I'm big on easy. Yes, I am. Now, where do those ones go?
They're tricky little bitches, but they'll go on real nicely.
Yeah. I'm just looking for ease of cutting them out, you know. Now, where do those two curved ones go? There's 24 and 25 there. There's a couple of decals here that I can't see the number of they are, and I'm trying to see if I can do it by work it out by process of elimination, and that's not happening. And I'm just wondering as to, well, obviously, what the fuck? In short, simple terms, what the fuck? All right, be damned. We'll cross that bridge later. Yes, we shall.
Well, I had a hard time with the numbers as well, so I cut all mine out individually, and I kind of held it to the car and went, "Okay, this goes there."
Yeah. The line
So
I'm
that was my
thinking of
process of elimination.
is and I need to explain this one because I can almost guarantee that this company would not exist in the US. There was a women's clothing company, chain of them over here called Suzanne's, and basically this goes with that at Suzanne's. That's fundamentally the game you're playing with your decals. The game of Suzanne's. This goes with that. Then we'll pop that there. Now this, pretty evidently, will go. All right, now I might do these two front ones, and then I might do the boogaloo. Not literally, obviously. As I've said before, I simply don't know the dance steps. It's a bad start to proceedings. But I reckon, well, I can knock this off tomorrow easily enough as far as certainly the deckling. That'll definitely happen. And I reckon I can probably even get the engine assembly done tomorrow with a bit of luck. That would be cool. If I got those to achieve tomorrow,
Okay.
that would be very cool. Alrighty. Now, what I'm going to do is come here, you. Yeah, I asked. Stop that. Now you come into there. There we go. Making it easy.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Absolutely. Actually, like yesterday, I could actually say that as I was having a chicken dinner.
I had a little bit of chicken last night myself.
A mate of mine was telling me, according to the way he was raised, this is comical, by the way. Chicken was what chicks ate. Women ate. Men ate steak. Ha! Which to me is one of the most really. I didn't think that what you ate was a gender-specific thing, but hey. Which then brings you to the question, well, what then would be the appropriate meal for someone who's undergoing hormone therapy? Would they be required to eat a little bit of beef, maybe a bit of chicken, depending on what stage of proceedings they were at? These are questions. They need answering.
They do need answering.
Right, there's the first one. And that was, again, pretty easy. What I didn't factor in is that comes out to the front, so obviously I need to factor that in when I do put it in. But it looks pretty nice.
Oh, that went on good.
Hang on, I might just nudge that up a touch. There we go. One more, and yeah, I reckon I'll call that done for today. How's your tow truck coming?
It's coming along pretty good. Actually, the body, I was clearing it the other day, and my clear messed up, which caused a bunch of runs and other issues. So I had to strip it down and repaint it.
Oh no!
Yeah, I won't be happy about that.
It's always the trials and tribulations.
Yeah, and I've had them with this one. I'm working on the chassis now, finishing the chassis up, putting the engine in and exhaust. It's turned out really nice.
Yeah. Give you a zoom in at the end.
All right.
Now, let me just. All right. Get this one on. And pretty happy with how we've gotten things done today. I did get a bit of painting done and stuff like that as well. So that's all good. What the hell is this? Random bit of sprue. See you later. Alrighty. There's something else I want to do today. Heaven forfend, exercise.
Exercise.
Yes, I think one thing I learned from the other day, I need to do more walking, clearly. So
I try to walk anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 steps a day.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing that enough. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been sore from the other day, if you follow me.
Yep.
What conclusion reached? Do some fucking walking, you lazy bastard. It's pretty simple. Work it out, mate.
Well, we did buy an exercise bike, but it's sitting outside on the back deck now.
Well, what I'm thinking is there's a nice park not too far from here. I'll go for a walk to there. I'll do some Tai Chi. I
Yeah.
might even do some Kung Fu. As far as what martial arts, more normal martial arts, I might see about getting into some of my Tiger and Crane. And then I'll walk back.
Well, we live out in the country. If we walk down the road here, we'll get our asses run over.
I was here's something that I was you would live in the areas of the US where you have to deal with lynxes and cougars, yeah?
No,
No. Okay.
no, I don't.
Okay. My friends from Canada do. And they were saying, yeah, they were one of their kids was playing out in the yard, and they had to go and get him in. I know one of the kids had been playing out in the yard together. One of them's come in because one of the kids has gotten stuck in the snow, and they've gone out there and become aware that there was a lynx eyeing off the lad as he's stuck in the snow. And yeah, you think, dear Lord, that would scare the
That's
shit out of
scary.
you.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, I thought cougars were pretty common across most of the US, sort of a thing.
Yeah, no, not around here. Not where we're at anyway.
What sort of
Cougars.
animals you get in your neck of the woods beyond bears? That would be. You get wolves?
We have coyotes.
Oh yeah. Do you ever see any with any Acme products?
That would be really cool. That was pretty good.
Oh look, how can you not do that one? It's a classic.
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, super genius. It's still not sitting quite right on the other side because it's not even with the other. Ah. Have you seen the? There's a thing in Family Guy where Wiley is returning something to the Acme store. They're saying, "Well, look, I can't give you your cash back, but I can give you a store credit." And he said, "Really? I mean, I've been coming here for years. I'll store credit though." And then his wife walks in. "Come on, Wiley, what's the hold up here? Look, will you leave me alone? I've got this."
No, it's okay. We were on a date.
Oh. There we are, a bit more. Alrighty, boom.
I don't know what I'm waiting for.
There's the front at least. So, what else we got? Okay, well, I'm going to wind up now. So I'm going to go for a quick roll through what I've done, and then I'll give you a zoom in for you, Bassman. So what I got done,
Alrighty.
those two front bits there.
They look really nice. It turned out good.
Yep, the seats. Hang on.
Robin and Bassman.
That's it.
The rock stuff.
The one of my mates would be absolutely cacking himself that he knew that if you actually referred to me as Robster. I'll tell you why. Because he was the person who first called me that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When he found out that I was actually using Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch, he was
Oh, that's really
stoked.
good. Oh, really?
And if he found out that somebody else in a whole new country was calling you Robster, he'd be going, "Oh, that is so good." So he'll be stoked
look
when I
real
tell him we got that. So it's all coming together. It's all looking very nice. And I'm pretty confident I can finish the. In fact, I will be able to finish the decaling tomorrow based on what I'm seeing here because, yeah, it's pretty easy, man.
Yeah,
All
them
right.
decals are really nice.
I'll give you the zoom in time now. Show us what you're up to there, Bassman.
All right. Well, I put the engine in it.
Nice. Oh,
Got the
that's
wheels
sweet.
on it.
Nice.
Got the
Yeah, that's
exhaust.
pretty, man. Yeah.
Chromed it all out on the bottom.
Yeah, that's cool. This is giving me some
Yeah,
good
it looks
insight
pretty
from what
nice
I do
on
in my next
some-
car. Yeah, nice, man.
Got a radiator in with a wiper bucket, and
Swish.
yep, turned out great.
Nice one. Alrighty. Now I will get back to the dual screen. Alrighty, and I should move the camera because otherwise people aren't going to see me. Aha. Yeah,
You don't look right without your jacket on.
yeah, I know, right? Because it's a beautifully sunny day. You can actually see that through the door behind me. It's yeah, they're actually expecting to be 29 degrees. That's Celsius, so I think that's about heading towards 80 Fahrenheit today.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's quite a nice warm day.
That's short wearing weather.
Yes, indeed it is. Alrighty. That's us done for today. Thank you for watching, people.
I appreciate it.
If you'd like to track me down other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch, and follow, like, or subscribe. Now, while I think to make mention, Bassman, David probably won't be with us tomorrow. He's going to London.
Oh,
And he's going to look at I believe he's looking at a dockyard.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember him saying something about that.
Yeah, so he'll be able to give us some good gossip about that, I'm sure, when he gets back,
That'd be
which
cool.
I believe is on his Sunday, so my Monday, whichever. He'll be back
Okay.
in due course. But yes, in any event, and I'll be back tomorrow and possibly be on for at least as long, maybe even longer. Who knows? This we shall find out. All righty. And all that said, we will catch you tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. Catch you guys then. See yous.